Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Dar es Salaam Gymkhana ground for the third game of the Nida Textiles Cup. Here with me are both the captains from Team Canada, Amarpal Kaur, and Team Tanzania, Neema Justin. We also have the match referee with us. We'll go for the toss now. Home captain Neema has the coin. Tails is the call. Tails it is. Sorry. Amarpal, what would you like to do?
We can bat first.
Okay. Any particular reason behind that?
No, it just wicket is dry, so we want. We're going at second game, so we want to bat first.
Okay, brilliant. Is there any changes in your lineup?
Yes, there's two changes: Habiba in and Vritti in. So Kanath and Trisha Lavia is out.
Okay, awesome. Good luck. Good luck for the game. Neema, the first toss you lost this tournament. Uh, what are your expectations from the game?
Losing the toss is not losing the match. So we will continue the same rhythm in bowling side so that once we come for betting, it will be easy for us.
Okay, any changes in your side?
No, we don't have any change. Same team which we played on the morning.
Okay, all the best. The news from the toss is Team Canada win, and they elect to bat first. Trust being shown to her.
I think it's a good show of faith from the skipper and the team management. It's good to see that they're trusting her, giving her a long run. As you mentioned, 5 matches in the series against Uganda, and in her third game on the trot here. So, a good show of faith from the management, and she'll be hoping to make full use of these opportunities that she's got.
Definitely. Her partner on the other hand, Rabjot Rajput, we saw in the first game, she came into bat at around number 8 or number 9, and she had a couple of boundaries. So today she's been promoted up the order, opening the batting, and Canada will be hoping that this is an aggressive move and that she can get some firepower early on.
Have a look, all set for the first ball. Paris to bowl it. It's the one fielder on the boundary, deep third man. Paris, one of the mainstays of this Tanzanian bowling lineup.
Short ball and punished by Achini. This is a great start from Team Canada, exactly what they would be looking for after losing the first game of this series.
That was a beautiful shot there. Yes, not the best of delivery, short and on the stumps, looking for trouble. And the batter ensures that she makes full use of it. Good power on that shot as well. Race to the boundary. Once again, confidently played through mid wicket. Looking to come back for a second. It's been a good start here for Canada women in this second game of the day. It's much better from Paris Fuller attacking the stumps. And then if in your ball there's a boundary, you do the lead, I'll do the color. After the color, I'll take the next ball. If you're comfortable, otherwise we just do it from.
Another powerful stroke, punch straight to the field at cover. Achini looking to Achini is looking like she's come out here with some intent, something that was lacking previously in both the power plays of the Canada innings.
Yeah, certainly the ball seems to be coming well off the middle of the bat. Once again, punched in front of square this time. It'll just be a single. So Achini Pereira will keep the strike. 7 runs off the first Paris over. Canada women 7 for no loss.
From the other end, we have the youngster. We have the youngster Jennifer Gabriel bowling. So in the first game, yeah, she bowled brilliantly. Sorry, in the second game, she bowled brilliantly, grabbing 3 wickets for her team, and she'll be looking to do more of the same today. Brilliant start, straight on the stumps, and played well. Chini Pereira.
Yeah, Jennifer bowled well in the first game earlier this morning, and she's been trusted with the new ball this time. Nasra just not being used with the new ball in the afternoon game. Third man and deep extra cover on the boundary. That's played away in front of square. It's a full toss, and can they come back for a second?
Yeah, brilliant shot there. I'm sure Chini would have been looking for at least 2 runs there, but a partner sends her back. Says no, it's not on. Good fielding there though from Paris.
Yeah, I think what should be the strength of most batters is actually seeming to be her weakness. She's gotten out to the full tosses twice in 2 innings, and this time ensures that she plays it on the ground. Ravjot facing her first delivery, driven and some miscommunication there. No damage done.
Yeah, Rabjot, as I said, in the first game, she batted in the low order. And after seeing her prowess, the coach decided, you know what, maybe you can open the batting. She was thrown straight into the deep end.
Oh, edged away behind square. It's running away to the boundary. And yes, it does. So all of a sudden, a couple of boundaries, and this has been a good start here from Canada. Not the most convincing of boundaries, but she'll take it.
Yes, as you can see the replay there, just outside off, and there gets a thick edge. Runs away. The outfield now much quicker. Sophia Jerome with a decent effort. The ball was quicker than her. And you can already see, with no wicket lost, Canada already with 12 runs of 1.4 overs. Bowled wide and brilliant fielding there from the captain, Neema Justin. That's a dot ball.
Multiple times we've already seen it today. Good point region is a live wire. She makes no mistake on this occasion as well. I don't know whether it's just the pitch. They've changed the pitch, but the ball seems to be coming on much better than it did in the first game. Full toss, driven away, but there's protection out there in the deep. Just a single.
There is Kamunia interested with the second over, as we've seen Aryan. Throughout the two games, she's bowled 4 overs on the trot in both the games, and I suspect this game is going to be no different.
Yeah, we'll have to wait and see whether that's going to happen, but that's a very interesting stat and speaks about the caliber and the trust that the skipper has in her to give her 4 overs on the trot in both the games.
Definitely, Perry is a very experienced bowler, as she'll be bowling to Rabjot Rajput now. Driven powerfully, but great fielding there. Restricts them to no run.
And just for the first time, you can see Nema Justin having to think a bit out of the box here. Just we haven't really seen much of field changes in the first two games required from Tanzania, and here already a deep extra cover going back. This time just punched off the back foot. Looking confident are these two batters.
Tanzania now are going to be hunting for that wicket. So otherwise, these two batters will score way more runs. As you can see there, once again, she tries to get it through the offside. But the field placement spot on from the Tanzanian skipper. That's once again a dot ball.
Rightly called there, Drumit. Two fielders behind point have been busy throughout these few games, especially for Tanzania. Short ball pulled away in the gap once again. Can they come back for a second? The slow outfield means that it will not go all the way. Good bit of diving effort that from Nasra at mid-on. Beg your pardon, Sophia there does a good job.
Yeah, Aryan, there's definitely one improvement I already see from the Canada batting is that now they're also accessing the onside, whereas before they were only accessing the offside. And you can already see they're reaping the rewards of that. Driven straight back to the bowler. Good shape, good ball, good ball and good shot. Good cricket all round.
Umpire Adil Kasam says that's inside the trum line, and that's the end of the third over. Perez Kamunya has bowled 2 overs, none for 9. Canada women 15 for no loss after 3.
Jennifer Gabriel to bowl her second over as well. He'll be bowling to Achini Pereira, who has not seen the strike much so far. But whenever she has, she looks solid. As we can see once again, driven straight to the sweeper at covers for a single.
As you rightly mentioned, a lot more intent shown by Canada women in this game. This is a do or die game for them. You need a good score, batting first, in order to put the Tanzanians under pressure. Slight misfield there from skipper Nema Justin. Allows a single.
That's not something you see every day. Neema, as we've seen throughout this series, is a gun fielder, but this one just slipping away from her hands. Jennifer once again lines up to bowl a third ball of the over. Pulled brilliantly, and there'll be another boundary for the in-form Achini Pereira.
Yeah, just shortens her length since she was being driven when she bowled full and just tries to shorten it a bit, but that's not where her field is. And beautifully played through the mid wicket boundary there from Achini Pereira. Should give her a lot more confidence. First double digit score here for her in this series. This time just punch back to the bowler.
Yeah, Aryan, I think now we're beginning to see why Achini has been trusted for all those games. If she just sticks on the wicket, she can be a lethal weapon for Canada. Cut away powerfully, but straight to the fielder at deep cover, and they'll get a single.
Field placing has been good from throughout this series. In this game as well, just adapting to what the batters are trying to do. A lot of good drives and cut shots have been played in this game so far. Most have gone to end. That's a dot to end the over. A decent one from Jennifer. 22 for no loss after 4 overs, Canada women.
Paris Kamunya brought back for a third over. As I say, Darian, it's been consistent throughout the series. It looks like today is not going to be any different. Ooh, looks to make some room, but it's the inside half of a bat and straight back to the bowler.
Yeah, Paris Kamunya has been economical. Hasn't got too many wickets in this tournament yet. Once again short, once again pulled away behind square this time. Is it gonna go to the boundary? The sluggish outfield means it'll just be a couple. Once again, they've seen that the moment you bowl is short, Achini Pereira is quick to pounce on it.
Yeah, Aryan, this woman packs a punch, doesn't she? We saw in the second game, the first game in the morning, that her fielding was also brilliant. She had a throw that was very powerful, and she was fielding almost in every position that you could see. You could see her everywhere. As now she faces another ball, which has been called wide by umpire Adil Qasim.
It's good to have those utility cricketers. You need cricketers that can help you in at least 2 departments, and I think she's definitely one of those. Once again, a bit too wide from Paris, just losing her radar here. Tanzania not used to this being 4.2 overs down without a wicket. New territory for them in this tournament.
As we see Achini Pereira accessing the onside, that's made Paris go wider in her bowling. That resulted in two wide balls. Much much straighter this time and flicked away to the boundary. It's not going to go all the way, but they scamper through for 2 runs.
Once again, just a bit wayward in this over has Paris. Umpire Jose Ballu there on his debut. Must be a proud moment for him. He's got tons of local experience in Tanzania. He's umpired a lot of games. Definitely knows a thing or two about cricket, and that's an edge. And it's been put down. A difficult chance there for Deos, the wicketkeeper. But a chance nonetheless, and that of Archini Pereira.
We can see the replay there. It's bowled a bit wider by Paris. She throws her hands at it, and she had it the first time, but on contact with the ground, the ball just escaped her arms, and that might be a costly drop for Team Tanzania.
Well, they would hope not. And driven away this time, straight to the fielder.
Bowled on the stumps, and once again returned straight back to the bowler. 6 runs off that over. Canada 28 for the loss of no wickets after 5 overs.
Tanzania introducing spin for the first time. Sheila Kizito bowling from the Serena end. Rabjot Rajput to face 12 deliveries for her 8 runs. Sheila is a quick spinner, doesn't like to give the ball too much air. It seemed to have worked out so far in the 2 games that they've played.
Aryan, a different tactic employed now by Tanzania. This is the first time we are seeing spin in the power play from them in this series, as there was a play and miss.
Yeah, it's just, I think for the first time Tanzania under slight pressure here. Been put by the Canadian batters. The turn to spin seemed to be turning the way of Tanzania. 3-dot deliveries on the trot.
Yeah, we saw in the morning game with Sheila and Sophia, both the spinners just rushed through their overs. And once again, we are seeing that after 3-dot balls, this being the fourth. 4-dot balls turning out to be a master play by Team Tanzania.
Goes straight down the ground, looking to get rid of the pressure, but not enough timing on that. Well done there from Shufa, who's the backup wicket keeper for Tanzania. Just a single.
Archini Pereira facing Sheila for the first time. Skips down the track, getting a single from long on. Once again, good intent shown by her. As that brings the end of the power play. Canada women started off pretty well. Their best start of the tournament so far, having scored 30 runs for the loss of no wickets.
Nasra Saidi introduced from the gym, from the pavilion end. Power play is done and dusted, and so the field will spread out just a bit. 4 fielders allowed outside the 25 yard circle rather. Have a long off, long on, deep mid wicket, and a third man on the boundary. Just down the leg side there from Nasra Saidi. Umpire Adil Qasim just doing some stretching.
Yeah, we've seen that a lot from the Tanzanian bowlers. They've bowled plenty of extras, but today, in this game, it might prove costly. Nasra reloading, hoping to bowl a better ball than the first delivery. And it's another wide, this time on the opposite side. Adil Qasim doing some more stretching.
Yeah, as you mentioned, they haven't been too disciplined with the ball, and Nema Justin, all the way down at long off, is just having a word with her bowler, asking her to be a bit more disciplined if she can. On the other hand, Canada women have been very, very disciplined with the ball in hand. We've only seen the one innings from them, and they bowled it really well in terms of the extras. Short and cut away, but straight to the fielder.
Yes, brilliant fielding at point once again. This time, Sheila Shamte restricting the Canadians to no run. They're saying you're going to have to work very hard for your runs, run between the wickets. Although with the odd extra here and there.
Once again, straight to backward point there.
Yeah, once again, same ball, same shot, same result. Talking about the extras, in the first game, Tanzania bowled 9 wides and 3 no balls. Good shot there from Achini, but no run. As I was saying, first game, Tanzania bowled 9 wides and 3 no balls. And in the second game, 11 wides and 1 no ball.
Definitely something that their coach, Mr. Imran Nakredian, wouldn't be too happy with. Oh, that's a good delivery there. Just a hint of in dip into the right hander, and Achini Pereira does well. What this start does is it just relieves the pressure of the skipper, Amar Pal. She can just come and play her natural game and not worry too much, knowing that she has set batters with her. It's in the air, and just as we were talking about the set batters there, Ravjot Rajput has to depart. She's given good support to Achini Pereira, but that's all it will be. A good catch there at backward point from Sheila.
Tanzania finally get their breakthrough. And it's none other than Nasra Saidi, the star with the bat last game, has provided the breakthrough. And Rabjot Rajput was looking pretty solid, has to depart for a well made 9 runs. And in comes the still not out batsman from the still not out batter from the first game, Amar Palkor, who will be looking to make more runs than she did in the first game this morning.
Yeah, she played really, really well in that first game this morning. She's looking positive, just looking to rotate the strike, hitting the sweepers hard. She did so very, very well, but didn't really get much support, and she'll be hoping that Achini Pereira, who's looked very good so far, can continue her good form and give her good, able support to make this a very tough run chase in the end for Tanzania.
Brilliantly driven. First ball, shot of confidence. She gets one run. That will end the over. Team Canada at 34 with a loss of 1 wicket now after 7.
Let's have a look at that catch again. That backward point straight to her, and she made no mistake. Just looking to open the face there was the batter. Just couldn't get it past backward point. Good catch taken. She was in the action in the field, and she's here with the ball now in the second over. Amarpal Kaur, two face, just continuing from where she left off early in the morning. It's again beautifully driven down to long on. This is exactly what Canada need at this stage. Just rotate the strike, build another partnership.
Yes, Aryan, this is going to be an interesting partnership because Amarpal Kaur very strong straight down the ground. As Achini Pereira once again gets a single off mid on. As I was saying, Amarpal very strong down the ground, and Achini, as we've seen in this innings, very strong square. It's going to be a complementary partnership.
Yeah, it's difficult as a bowler as well when you have batters hitting you in different parts of the ground. There we go. Once again, there is that thing we were talking about. 3 singles of 3 deliveries without a fuss. The thing that was lacking in the first 2 games was the support for Amarpal Kaur, and so far Achini Pereira doing that very, very well.
Definitely. And those 3 singles prompted a change in the field. Long on has now come inside the ring. She's become mid on just to avoid that single. But Achini finds another way and hits the sweeper at mid wicket now.
Once again, just a proactive captaincy from Nema Justin, not allowing those easy singles. Just looking to ask the batters to go for those big shots. But as you mentioned, Achini Pereira, strong square of the wicket, takes a single through mid wicket. It's a dot delivery to end the over. 4 runs coming off the 8th. Canada women 38 for 1 after 8 overs. Nasra Saidi in for her second over. Achini Pereira. Oh, that's well bowled. Right on the money.
Yes, Nasra Saidi has bowled brilliantly, providing Tanzania with the breakthrough that they needed. And she'll be looking to do that once again. Getting the wicket of Achini Pereira. Who's looked solid so far. Cut away powerfully, but cut away straight to the fielder. No run, and Nasra putting on the pressure.
Yeah, it's important that the singles and doubles keep coming here for Canada women. Driven away straight to the fielder once again. No run once again. Good pressure being built here from Tanzania after the fall of that wicket.
Driven down the ground once again by Chini. And she gets the single that she was looking for, putting Amarpal Kaur back on strike.
No ball called by umpire Adil Kasam, and looking for a quick single there. Would have been close with a direct hit, but not to be. Good. This is what Canada women needed at this stage. Just a free hit just to ease the nerves here, because a few dot balls were building.
Yeah, and once again, as we talked about, those extras from Team Tanzania might cost them in this game. It has not costed them so far. But on strike is Zachini Pereira. Very strong to the leg side, which I'm sure she'll be targeting. You can see a swing, big swing into the vacant square leg region, and that's a boundary. Much needed one for Chini.
Yeah, what a shot that was. Just goes to show that she does possess some power. We've seen all timing in this inning so far from her, and given the opportunity, she's made full use of it with a hoik through the leg side, and it's gone to the boundary. What was turning out to be a good over for Tanzania has turned into an expensive one now. 7 runs coming off it already. Achini Pereira 27 now. This time driven just in front of point will just be a single. 8 runs coming off the 9th over. Canada women 46 for 1.
Sheila Kizito comes back for a third over. Captain Nema trusting her once again to provide the breakthrough. Let's see if she can do that for her team. Tries to get a single through mid wicket, but the fielder has been positioned perfectly. Gets the dot ball.
Yeah, I've seen that spin has troubled the batter so far. They haven't really gotten too many runs off it, and Nema Justin still sticking to her medium paces as we see a quick single taken. Good intent shown by the batters.
Yeah, great running there. Mid off was up, but they still challenged her and they got through for a quick single. This is much better than we saw in the first 2 games from Canada, Aryan.
I think they've definitely learned from the Tanzanians. Yo, almost an outside edge there. They just learned from the intent shown by the Tanzanians with their running between the wickets, and it's paying off at the moment.
Once again, hit straight to the sweeper, who is inside the 30-yard circle. They scamper through for a quick single. There's great pressure being put on by the Canadian batters on the Tanzanian fielders.
So Nema Justin's idea of having that extra fielder in is paying. Ground.
Last ball of the over. Fielded brilliantly by Saum. That's a dot ball to end the over. Canada 48 with a loss of 1 wicket after 10. And with that brings the drinks break.
Tidy over. The 10th over was a tidy over. Only 2 runs considered, right?
Definitely. As you can hear, there's a change in the comms box. We have with us the chairman of the Tanzania Cricket Association, Dr. B.S. Kumar. Welcome, sir.
Thank you and good afternoon to the viewers. We're having a lovely afternoon here in Dar es Salaam at the Gymkhana ground. Bright sunshine. We had a game in the morning. Lucky to have one more game in the afternoon. So after 10 overs, Canada is pretty well placed at 46 for 1. Drumit, what do you think Canada will be now achieving to get in the next 10 overs?
I think definitely they'll be looking at a total of over 90 runs, maybe even 100, because we saw Team Tanzania has the capability to score 90 plus, 95 plus. So challenging total would be at least 100.
We were talking to the groundsman and they were saying 100, 110 is a par score on this pitch. I think because they're playing on a different pitch in the afternoon, not the same pitch that was used in the morning. So another 52 will make it to 100, right?
Yes.
But they've got 9 wickets in hand. I think they should go for the shots now, because 100 probably Tanzania will be able to chase it. So if you want to make it really competitive, they should be looking at 120, 130.
Yes, definitely. As we saw in the first 10 overs, the pitch has played brilliantly, as you said. And Canada's power play started off pretty well, but a good over from Sheila Kizito in the 6th brought the run rate down. And as you say, a score of 110 plus 120 should be challenging, even maybe a winning score for them.
That should be a winning score from Canada. And the most pleasing thing is, if you look at the Canadian batting in the last 3 innings, where they started yesterday, this morning, and this particular match, there's a tremendous improvement match after match, which only shows that countries, like Canada or all the countries which are ranked 30th in the 30s and 40s, all they need is more game time with the teams that are ranked above them to make it more competitive for them.
100%. We've seen much better running between the wickets, much better shot selection, and they've only gone from strength to strength, Team Canada.
So all these girls, and I'm sure same thing applies to the Canadian men's also. They are talented, they are focused, they want to succeed. All they need is experience. All they need is more game time. So I'm very happy that TCA has played its role in giving it to the Canadian team.
Yes, definitely. Canada had a brilliant tour of Africa, first going to Uganda and then to Tanzania, where amidst a lot of hardship, we still managed to get one full game today, one more full game in right now.
Hopefully one more tomorrow.
Yes, hopefully one more tomorrow.
But even in that, Canada's match against Uganda, at least in 2 out of the 5 games, Uganda came pretty close. I think one game they lost only by 18 runs. They were chasing 100 and they managed to score 82. So that was again commendable. So at least here I could see match after match, the progress or the confidence the Canadian team is having is amazing.
Yeah, definitely. In the Victoria Series, all 5 games were won by Uganda, but there was tremendous fight shown by Canada. Their bowling, especially, they've restricted Uganda to almost under 100 runs every game.
Most of the games, yeah.
And even in this tournament, the first game, although in the first game they didn't get to bowl, in the second game that they had, they restricted Tanzania, and they were looking to maybe restrict them under 80 as well.
Yes.
But the brilliant batting of the captain of Tanzania, Neema, and Nasra Saidi brought the Tanzanian total to 96.
Yes. No, but there was a stage when, if I remember correctly, Tanzania was 43 for 5.
Yes.
And, no, the game could have gone either way from there. But I was telling the Canadian captain during lunch that she also carried the bat in all the 20 overs. The only difference is she didn't have a partner like Nasra. So Neema was lucky to have a partner like Nasra. she didn't have it.
Yes,
So,
definitely.
they're
Yes, and we see Sophia being brought into the attack for first over. Facing will be Canada skipper Amarpal Kaur. She starts off with a dot ball.
played onto the onside for an easy single, elegantly tapped.
Once again, Amarpal targeting the long on region, which she's been so strong throughout this series. Hit powerfully, but straight to the fielder. Good fielding there from the experienced Fatuma Kivasu.
I think that brings up the 50.
Here for Team Canada, going at a decent run rate. As we see Amarpal once again trying to find that long on gap. This time, Fatuma is there to stop her. In the gap to mid wicket, and Amarpal gets the one run to end the over. Canada women 51 for 1 after 11. Chairman, what do you make of the series so far?
I started on a very positive note. They landed on 27th of October. We had the welcome party on 28th. Unfortunately, because of the small disturbance that was there, everything was put on hold on 29, 30, 31st, 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. So, but very happy to say that things have come back to normalcy in Tanzania, and this is a role model for most of the African countries when it comes to peace. And everything is normal now. We have been able to have a one game yesterday, which unfortunately was washed out. But then we have two games today, and we'll also have one more game tomorrow. So all in all, I'm very happy and pleased with the turnout of things.
It's been incredibly commendable how the Cricket Association of Tanzania has managed this tournament and and the Canadian players, the visitors, to ensure that amidst everything, there are still cricket matches to be played.
And a lot of credits must also go to the Canadian Cricket Board and the Canadian team, because they have been very much understanding of the situation. They have respected and obeyed the protocols and the set rules. And you know, to stay indoors for 4 5 days is quite difficult for youngsters. They did it. They respected the laws. They respected the protocols, and they were more than understanding. So, a lot of credit and thanks goes to the team.
Brilliant. As we see Sheila Kizito once again bowling brilliantly in two consecutive dot balls off Amarpal Kaur, which is not an easy task. As we see Amarpal very handy with the bat, very capable. Make that three. That's three dot balls in a row, and the pressure slowly building on Team Canada. With that single, the 12th over comes to an end. Canada women are 54 for the loss of one wicket. Chairman, while I have you here with me, can you please tell me more about? Can you please tell me and the viewers back home more about the progress of women's cricket in Tanzania?
See, as you probably know, we are ranked 19th in the world, and uh, yes, it's a very closely knit unit what we have in Tanzania, the national team and under 19 team. But there are a lot of things to be done if you want these women to compete at the national stage. To give you an example, financial security is extremely important for the players. So we have introduced the system of putting all the national team players and the under 19 players on contract with TCA, where they're assured of a monthly salary. So this has really helped them. But geographical disadvantage that we are having still is a challenge because most of the players are not from Dar es Salaam, and to get them here for training is expensive. And these are the areas that we are concerned and which we are working on it. And the most important thing for the women's cricket is their physical fitness. This has been long ignored, and unless more importance is given to that, and unless we have a bunch of physically extremely fit players, we will not be able to compete at the highest level. We may be very good in Division 2 and all those things, but if you really want to compete at the higher levels, then physical fitness is extremely important. And I think Tanzanian women's cricket has got some distance to travel on that.
It's amazing the amount of work that's being put in by not only the players but the coaching staff as well, and everyone behind the scenes. As we see there, Achini Pereira once again looking solid, getting a single off long on. Sorry.
I think batters are trying to, they're playing longer shots, and I think they're more interested in improving the run rate.
Yes, definitely, especially Achini Pereira, who's now faced 42 balls for 34 runs. As Omar Pal scored there with a brilliant drive, and that's a boundary.
Straight back to the bowler.
As you say, Chairman, now they're looking to up the ante
I
and
think it's
make
the
the
right
most.
time for them to do.
Yeah, maybe they're also feeling the heat, or maybe it's just the Canadian batters as well who are looking much more in control. Especially Achini Pereira, who's not had the best of starts in the two innings, but this game she's looked very solid, and she's put pressure on the Tanzanian bowlers.
34 and 42. It'll be quite interesting to play next.
Definitely, they'll be looking to make the most of it and get at least 40 to 50 runs in those 7 overs.
After Sunday, it is boring. After Sunday,
Pulled away brilliantly by Achini, straight to the field, and Nasra Hamza restricts that to only 1 run. Chairman, as you said, both the under 19 team and the women's team have been contracted, and they've shown immense. They've repaid that trust in them with the under 19 team qualifying for the World Cup for the first time in the history of Tanzanian cricket, and the women's team also achieving third place. But as you say, there's much more work to be done. So, what are the next steps for Tanzania cricket to get to more and more higher heights?
uh, certainly cannot greater height if you are having players who are part-time cricketers. So cricket has become such a professionally competitive sport. You need to have full-time, dedicated, disciplined cricketers, and we intend to give a lot of importance to physical fitness because that, 12 runs, if he or she is 15 or 20 runs on the field, as good as scoring 30 runs. But physical fitness is a matter of concern for all the 5 teams across, and that is something that we will certainly be looking into and working very closely.
And it's also evident with the Tanzanian team. We can see the captain Neema Pius leading from example with her running between the wickets and also her brilliant fielding at point.
She's a real role model because the amount of effort she puts in to remain physically fit is amazing, and that shows, as Dromit said, the running between the wickets, the way she feels, and we need physically fit 11 Nemas in the team. One is not enough. We want everybody to be physically fit, and I see problems there, and this is something we have spoken to the coach, and we are going to have a plan of action to counter this.
That's really amazing. I'm sure when that happens, there's going to be a lot of change in the team. There'll be a lot of positive change in the team. As the over ends, Canada women are 67 for the loss of 1 wicket after 14. Thanks for that, Chairman. And with that, we have another change in the comms box. With me is Govind.
Smith, it's a pleasure to be here, sitting alongside you, a seasoned veteran of Tanzanian cricket, someone who's represented us on many stages, and a true encyclopedia of the knowledge of what this country means for cricket. So, pleasure to be with you, Dermot.
Thanks for those kind words, Govind. What do you think of the game so far?
As mentioned, well fielded. As mentioned, the games have been statistically in Tanzania's favor yesterday and today. But as you mentioned, the Canadian team, game after game, are bouncing back, are leveling are increasing their levels and responding very well to the Tanzanian bowling attack. So we can see the progress that they're making with a lovely drive down for a single. We can see the progress that they're making, and we hope that the series finishes out with Canada being much more competitive than when they first walked in.
We can already see signs of that with this partnership going from strength to strength. Once again, Achini Pereira finds a gap somehow. There's a chance of a run out. Brilliant running from Amarpal and Achini gives them another single.
What have you made of the pitch conditions today, Dermot?
The pitch definitely has looked better in the second game. As we saw in the power play, the ball was coming on much better onto the bat. And the outfield as well has looked much better in the second game. Now that the sun is out, it's gotten much more drier. So it's going to be a run fest, I believe.
You're absolutely right with coming up to the 15th over. The Canadian women are on 71 for just still. This partnership between Pereira and Co is looking to really strengthen the Canadian score sheet. So, do you think that's the game plan to now feed off this partnership and just go for the next 5 overs?
100%. I think they've got a few ladies who can hit the ball waiting in the dugout. And I'm sure now that both these batters are set, they'll be looking to maximize as many balls as they have left. Looks like the captain is taking matters into her own hands, trying to break this partnership. as Neema Pius brings herself onto the attack.
Very risky coming in on the 16th over for your first bowling stint, but that is the confidence that Nima has in itself and her capabilities, and I'm sure the team has that confidence in her that she would be the one to either slow down the momentum or take things in Tanzania's way, because it looks like Canada are really strengthening their ground.
100% Govind. It's a risk. Anything can happen. But as you saw, even in the World Cup finals, the Women's World Cup finals, Shefali Verma was brought in by Harmanpreet Kaur, and she broke the partnership. So you never know with this.
That's elite ball knowledge. Elite ball knowledge.
Straight away, there's some confusion. Oh, that's given out.
As out. Well, we called it. That was the person to bring in the shift momentum.
Definitely. As you can see, the replay played straight to point. Brilliant fielding.
Good call there by the umpire, Adil. Didn't need to go for a replay. I think this is exactly the break that the Tanzanian women were looking for to kind of break the momentum of the Canadian women. It looks close. It looks close.
Seems to be some sort of confusion there. But the umpire signals out. And the next batter is now walking into the crease.
It's unfortunate to see such a good partnership of the Canadian women come to a halt because of something as small as miscommunication. But Drumith, as a player yourself, what can you talk about the communication needed between the other batsmen on your pitch? How key is and pivotal is that to the success of the game?
I think that's one of the most aspects of batting in a team. And that's why it's a team. And the more you play with each other, the more that communication grows. And I'm sure that there'll be a lot of discussion about this after the game. But as you could see, Achini Pereira was very disappointed there. He was playing a brilliant innings, but it came to an end with that run out.
Quite unfortunate, as you mentioned, Rumith. It will be a big talking point of the game because it was very slow and very fine margins over there. But we have our seasoned referee, quote, umpire, Mr. Adil Qasim out there. And just like that, Amarpreet Kaur continues right where the partnership left off with a boundary.
It's actually Vandana Mahajan there who dispatched her first delivery for a boundary. What a start there from her. Neema at her run up once again, looking to make another breakthrough. Ooh, slows down off the surface, falls safely for another single. Bowled wide of the crease, and once again played beautifully for a single. Amarpal Kaur. Govind, it looks like Amarpal Kaur once again doesn't want to lose her wicket and stay not out throughout the whole day.
Most definitely, seems to be one of those batsmen that just love to be out on the pitch, doing whatever they can for the team. Ooh, that was close. That was as close as it gets. Very good to see the Tanzanian bowling coming slow down this Canadian team, but this Canadian team does not look like they want to be slowed down. They're here to put as many numbers and as many runs as they can on that scoreboard.
Definitely, Vandana has come out with a lot of intent. She's been swinging hard, and she wants to make the most of the wickets they have in hand. Slide inside edge. That's safe. Good keeping by Deo brings an end to the 16th over. Canada women 77 for the loss of 2 wickets.
Vandana seems very, very eager and excited to get her runs there, but patience is the name of the game. So even though there are four overs to go, finding those right shots are of pivotal importance. So tell me, Drumith, in your experience, when you're playing these games and you have a few overs to go and you are the first to bat, what goes through your minds in those last few overs? Because in your mind, you must just want to hit every single ball out of there, but you know you can't. How do you place those balls and know when to play the right shots?
Okay, so the first thing is that you're looking at the gaps at this stage because there's 5 fielders outside. In this case, there's 4 fielders outside. But you're looking at your scoring zones and where you can get your boundary because in these overs, boundaries are very crucial. So you're looking for your boundary option. And when the ball is not there, that's when you look for one or two and just keep the strike rotating. Dot balls are very dangerous in this phase of the innings.
That is very insightful, Dermith. Always want to keep the momentum going. Well said.
As we saw Omar Pal also not allowing any dot balls and straight away putting Vandana Mahajan back on strike. It's looking like she wants to prove a point. Swings hard again in the air, but she finds the gap, and that's a boundary. Placed perfectly between the 2 fielders in the deep.
Vandana with a point to strike. Get
She's looking very dangerous, and the more she stays at the crease, the more damage she's going to inflict on the Tanzanian bowlers. Tanzania needs to look for a wicket. Looks to play the sweep shot, but misses out there. Once again, showing her intent, trying to find that gap between square leg and mid wicket. Govin, what do you make of Vandana's approach?
I find it exactly appropriate to their situation. There she goes again. Oh, and an unfortunate drop on behalf of the Tanzanian women. That is Vandana's effort in a nutshell. Just out there to put as many runs as she can for her team. Really taking advantage of every ball, especially the slower deliveries there. Very fortunate that that was a miscatch. Let's see if she is lucky again.
Beautiful shot down the ground. This time she'll only get one. But as they say, Govin, fortune favors the brave. Vandana Mahajan looking very brave right now.
Indeed, indeed. Not to waste any deliveries and looking to exhaust herself, even if it's running between the wickets to get some runs on the board.
Once again, Amarpal drives straight down the ground to long on. And as we said, there's only been one dot ball in this over, which has been brilliant. After 17 overs, Canada women are 86 for the loss of 2 wickets.
Comparatively, Drumith, if we look at the last game and this game, we can see that the Canadian women, whilst they may be on a similar score line from the first over, they definitely seem to be a lot more in control of the game. They're taking their chances and really trying to take advantage of this pitch being the openers.
Definitely Govin. And as we say, Neema brings herself on for the second over. She's backing herself. She thinks she can get the breakthrough of either Vandana or Amarpal as she runs in for her first delivery. Once again, great feeling there at point.
I think the fielding for both teams has been really good. They're really putting a lot of effort out there, trying to minimize as many runs for the opposing team as they can. That's one thing both teams can be very, very proud of themselves.
Good drive there, but once again straight to the fielder. Govind, I'll tell you a fun fact about Neema. She actually started off her career as a pace bowler. And then she got through the ranks. When she got through the ranks, her batting started to develop, and Now she is an opening batter and a part-time bowler. So she is definitely capable with the ball. As we see, a sweep shot played to long on. Look for two, but only settle for one.
You know which other international superstar also was a really good bowler but is now only remembered for their batting?
Who's that?
Virat Kohli.
Really?
When we look back on his early days playing for RCB in Bangalore, he was a bowler for them, a right medium pace bowler, got a few wickets, but then no one looks at. Ooh, right over the Tanzanian bowlers, and that is a boundary. Oh, has it just been stopped on the edge? We'll wait for the umpire review on that, but it looked very close.
Once again, great intent from Vandana Mahajan, as you can see in the replay. Oh, brilliant fielding there. Some football skills being shown by the Tanzanian fielder. Restrict that to only 2 runs.
Absolutely, they were quite far away from the ball. They managed to reach there in good time. That's great intent from them. So
Shimmies down the track, and that's dropped.
That's an unfortunate misfield and might be a costly wicket not to have for Tanzania. Surprised that ball didn't roll over to the edge. Looked like it stopped right before the boundary line. That's quite unfortunate.
You can see in the replay, Vandana once again showing her intent. Shufa Hamza, the fielder, unable to catch that, but restricts that to only 2 runs. Could be a costly drop with Vandana looking like $100 out there.
100%. She's really favoring her onside. She's driving every ball into that gap as she could find on both ends of the wicket. Looks like to be a very, very favorable side. Do cricketers have a favorite side that they like to go on, or is everything just a reactive instinct?
Now, 100%. Everyone has a favorite side, and more often than not, that's the leg side, except for a few exceptions here and there. Because when everyone's starting off playing cricket, no one has that technique really.
Right.
So you just swing like a baseball swing.
Right.
That makes it favor the leg side.
I see. Okay.
But there's a few out there like Smriti Mandana of India, who has brilliant shots through cover region, through the point region, and batters like her just are a treat to watch.
We have Jennifer Kimaro coming in for her third over. Very good run rate so far. Been limiting the Canadian team well, and she'll start her over off with a dot ball. Oh, that looked to be another missed opportunity, but the Canadian women are running strong. They're not going to let another run out dictate their fate.
100%. There's much more intent in their running now. This was a very risky run, but they still managed to get through. Vandana Mahajan, she wants the strike. She's pushing her captain for the running. He says, "Give me the strike. I'll handle the rest, skipper."
And that's straight down, and it looks to go all the way. There she is with her 6. Okay, Vandana.
What a shot. And that's the first 6 of the NIDA Textiles Cup 2025. Vandana Mahajan with a beautiful shot there, straight down the ground. On the long on fielder, all she could do is just watch the ball as it sails over her head.
That was coming straight to us, Dumit. That was good height. That was good distance. Great shot, Vandana.
Wonderful comeback from the bowler, and that's
well thrown. And that looked like that looked almost like a yoker. That ball was much more closer to.
Yeah, brilliant comeback from the bowler, and what an amazing piece of work in the field from Saum Tai. I think, Govind, this was the only way Vandana was going to get out this innings.
Absolutely, absolutely. She was not going to be bowled. It didn't look like she was going to be caught. The unfortunate thing is miscommunication, as we talked about, Drumith. It can be a big devil in the larger scheme of things, but a very, very, very good innings by Vandana Mahajan, bringing in the excitement, bringing in the boundaries. The first six, as you mentioned, of the Nida Textiles tournament. A phenomenal, phenomenal, phenomenal display by her. Definitely putting more pressure on the Tanzanian team and bringing the Canadian total near to 100.
100%. I think she's done her job and she'll be walking off a happy woman as Tiffany Thorpe now takes her place. We saw in the first game she has a lot of power and she can do a lot more damage to this Tanzanian team if her wicket has not been taken.
A little bit of a mistimed shot over there. It looked like she had all the direction and angle ready, but that execution wasn't just there. A little bit of a missed shot, but I'm sure she'll be looking to get to grips with the pitch and get to grips with the game, the state of the game today.
And as you can see, a big swing from Tiffany. Let's see what she has in store for the second ball. Oh, that's a wide. She'll have to bowl that one again.
That looked almost like a little bit of a momentum breaker because she knew that Tiffany's objective is to come here and score as many runs as she can, get that total above. As the TCA chairman was mentioning before, the groundsmen have mentioned that this ground is straight to the fielder. Possibility for another run, but they decide to hold back. So yes, as the we come up to the 100 mark, the first time by Team Canada in this tour. First time by any team in this tour. So that looks very promising when good conditions and good pitch are active as to the possibilities of these players.
Definitely, this is a fighting score by itself, but we still have 7 balls to play. As Amar Kaur hits that straight to long on for a single. End of the 19th over, Canada women have crossed the 100-run mark and they're at 101 for 3. Their dugout looks very happy. Bowlers are excited. They think they have something to bowl at. They definitely do. It's gonna be. We have a game on our hands, Govind.
Most definitely, Drumith. This is very, very competitive from Canada's end. Excited to see how Tanzania respond to this challenge. It's very key to note that the Canadian women unfortunately did not win their first game today, so they have much more to lose coming in to this game of today evening's game, because it's up to them to show that they have that fighting spirit as the professionals that they are. So very excited to see how they respond bowlingly and our Tanzanian team respond in our batting.
100% Govind. As we see, Neema, who's gonna bowl the 20th over. Captain versus captain here. Big swing. Straight to the fielder, long off. Can only be 1 run. Good start of the over for Canada.
Team Canada dugout cheering and encouraging their players as much as they can. They know the importance of what they're doing right now, and they really see this game in their hands right now, and it's all theirs to defend and lose.
Tiffany Thorpe covering all the stumps. Swings big. Straight to the fielder. They get 1 run though. That brings Amarpal Kaur back on strike. She's been not out in the first game of the day. Still not out now. But she'll be looking to add at least a few more runs to their total to give herself and her bowler something to defend at. You see Neema changing the pace, bowling her slow balls, trying to put the batsman off. This one is a seam up one, and they get 1 run off the same place. Decent throw, but Tiffany has made her ground. think Neymar will be looking to bowl outside the hitting arc of Tiffany, maybe near the wide line, because she looks like she has a good swing on the leg side.
Called it.
Yeah, exactly. That's brilliant bowling, brilliant planning, and brilliant execution from Neema. She's seen Tiffany has a good swing on the leg side, so she's trying to put it as further away from her as possible.
Most definitely, and what must be running through the Canadian women's mind right now is to just get that score to 110. And there goes a shot straight down the line. Oh, a little bit of a misfield over there gives Canadian team that boundary that they so desperately were looking for to push their score up to 108. Really well done by Tiffany Thorpe, coming in with very few deliveries to go, but taking advantage of every single delivery that she's received so far.
As you see there, brilliant shot down the ground. The fielder actually runs ahead and she leaves the ball behind. Tanzania in all sorts of trouble right now.
Coming up to the last ball, let's see the captain. And the captain unfortunately gives it away for that's well caught outside, and we finished the innings off with another wicket. Tiffany was looking to get a score above, but that is the danger of playing a shot as hard as you can. You never know who's going to get it on the other end. But Thrumith, I think Team Canada, all in all, can be very, very, very pleased with themselves and their performance up until now.
Definitely, Govind. They've given their bowlers something to bowl at. It's been the best batting display of the tournament so far from any team. And Tanzania are really, really going to have to bring their A game if they want to win this game.
I'm sure that Coach Imran and Coach Rajali will be having their talks with the batsmen now. They must also be understanding that they have a lot to learn from the first game that they played today. A little bit of wasted opportunities that the Tanzanian women had in the first game. So I'm sure they'll be looking to regroup and come out guns blazing to achieve this total in the second innings.
Amarpal once again not out.
This woman refuses to leave to give a wicket away. We can all take a little bit of inspiration and motivation from a batsman such as Amarpal Kaur. Not out again. When we look at all the batsmen today, we can look at Ashni Pereira, Amarpal Kaur, Vandana Mahajan came out guns blazing, but that partnership of Ashni Pereira and Amarpal Kaur really set that Canadian team up for success today.
Definitely, definitely. They had a great power play as well. But the rock that they have in Amarpal Kaur just makes it so difficult for Tanzania to break through.
Most definitely, as you can see right now in from the bowling statistics of the Tanzanian women, it hasn't been as strong of a display as it was in the first game. Whether the Tanzanian women were not as strong or whether Canadian women have learned to be more responsive is for the professionals to decide. But this has definitely not been one of Tanzania's best bowling displays from our women's team, with only 4 wickets taken, 2 coming from runouts. But I'll be very sure to know for a fact that the Tanzanian women going forward in their batting will be looking to preserve their wickets not only, but to achieve that total, because this Canadian team looks to be playing their top level of professional cricket today.
Definitely, Govind. We'll be back shortly with the innings of Tanzania women.
keeping it well within the balls over the overs.
Well, Neymar Justin has thrown it away just as we were praising them. We just talked about how they just rotating the strike, not doing anything fancy. And Neymar Justin has thrown it away. She's hit a half volley straight to mid-off. And once again, it's Archana Pereira.
That is a big shocker for the team. You can see the look on the skipper's face. The skipper is not pleased with her decision. She knows she's better than that, but it's just an unfortunate series of events that led to that. I'm sure there'll be a lot of reflection on her behalf today. But the game carries on. Approaching the 13th over, 72 for 4. Tanzanian women need 37 to go.
Take no credit away from Neymar Justin. She's played an excellent knock first in the first game, and now once again to get Tanzania within 37 runs of victory. But unfortunately for her, she will not be there to hit the winning runs if Tanzania are to emerge victorious. We'll have to wait and see. Jennifer is the new batter. Off the mark straight away. That's good batting. 13 overs done. Tanzania women 73 for 4.
Apologies for that slight lag there in the stream, but we're back up and running.
The skipper, Amarpal Kaur, is back into the attack, and what a time to bring herself on. We talked about the 2 overs from her being very crucial from now on. And the 1 over that's remaining from Archini Pereira. 2 overs, 1 for 5. She can bowl this over tightly and just give away perhaps a couple of runs. Required run rate when approaching that 6 runs and over is definitely not a good sign for Tanzania. At the moment though, still in Tanzania's control. Straight to backward point. Shouts of single from the Tanzanian dugout, urging the batters to just rotate the strike, which is the sensible thing to do at the moment. Oh, beautifully played there behind square, but is protection there? It'd just be a single.
That was a great shot.
That was a confident looking shot. She did get away with it in the first game with some close LBW shaves. But this time, nailing it. Well, this bat is relatively new to the crease. There's an appeal here and it's been given. Well. Do we have a twist in the tail? Let's have a look at this again. Umpire Josef Balu had no hesitation in raising the finger. And we have yet another wicket. Nasra Saidi has to depart, and Tanzania now have lost half their side for 74, requiring another 35 runs from 39 deliveries. In comes Shufa, the ex-captain of the Tanzanian national side. He's got tons and tons of experience. He's been in this situation a number of occasions. He would back her to get her side over the line, but she's up against A rampant Canadian bowling lineup at the moment. They've gotten 3 wickets in no time. Marple Core 2 for 6 in 2.3 overs to go with a good batting performance. The best part about her bowling today has been her economy as well. She's not giving away any runs and also taking important wickets. And she's bowled!
What a day for the skipper. What a day for the skipper. The skipper has been unleashing on all fronts.
You can see the disappointment there from Shufa. Throws the bat in disgust. Not the best piece of sportsmanship, but you can understand the disappointment. And Amarpal Kaur has struck once again. We talked about slowing it up, and slowing it up she did. Gone through bat and pad, a dream off spinner's delivery. And Tanzania now all of a sudden 6 down for 74. 35 runs now looks a long, long way away, Govind.
This is a tremendous, tremendous performance from the Canadian team. They have come guns blazing in this second game. They have come ready to play. They have come ready to win. And this is the fighting spirit of this game that we love. By no means, shape, or form have they given up.
Well, in comes Paris. Still the same field, 4 fielders on the boundary. A dot ball to end the over. Good bit of fielding there. Pressure is building here. Tanzania need 35 in the remaining 6 overs with 4 wickets in hand.
Bowling has come back now to Hachini Pereira, looking to extend her good string of well-placed bowls, good fielding, just looking to contribute as she has.
She's a complete 3-dimensional player. She has 1 more over left. Can she get another wicket here for Canada and put them right on top? That's well played. In front of square this time. They're looking to come back for a second and decide against it. That's a good bit of fielding there. As the batter takes a hit. Off the throw. Still 4 fielders on the boundary. Deep square leg, deep mid wicket, long on, and a deep extra cover. Long off is inside the circle. Achini Pereira has 5 deliveries to go in her spell. Can she pull off some magic? And it's bowled!
And that is given.
We talked about some magic. Not the best piece of magic she would have imagined, but it's worked nonetheless. The golden arm of Achini Pereira has yielded the wicket of Paris for a duck. Tanzania now 7 down for 75 as we have a look at this again.
This has been phenomenal bowling from the Canadians. Individually from the captain, the skipper, and Achini Pereira. Both of them have been leading this 2-pronged attack, just not giving the Tanzanian women an opportunity to build a partnership, to stabilize down. They're going at them every single time they step on the crease. This has been quite exhilarating from the Canadian team, and I'm sure they'll be looking to close this out now. This has been a huge shift of balance and a huge shift of momentum. And to be honest, I think they've controlled the game from the second they've stepped onto bat.
Yeah, I think this just goes to show you how fast things can change in the game of cricket. 4 overs ago, Tanzania were cruising, needed 45. And she's bowled first up! Achini Pereira has attacked the stumps and we have yet another wicket.
She's on course for a hat-trick.
Definitely on course for a hat-trick. Tanzanian batters are going down like 9 pings at the moment here at the Gymkhana Oval. Have a look at this again. Full straight attack in the stumps, and that's all you need. Achini Pereira, you beauty. 1 wicket away from a fifer. 1 wicket away from a hat-trick. And she would fancy her chances against the number 10. Sophia walking in at number 10. 15 minutes ago, she would not have even been dreaming about padding up today. But here she is 15 minutes later, looking to save Tanzania from the jaws of defeat. Sophia is in at number 10. It's a hat-trick delivery, but doesn't look like it by the field placement. Still the exact same field except for what we might call a fly short slip. Don't know what that is, but here we go. Hat-trick delivery coming up. Archana Pereira, can she do it? Can she be the hero for Canada as she has been throughout this game? There's an appeal here, and the umpire
And a hat trick!
It's a hat trick here for Archana Pereira, and it's also a fifer. Would you believe it? Sophia Jerome has gone first delivery. Once again, not the best bit of bowling, but it's yielded a wicket. Tanzanian batters have lost it in the last 4.3 overs. Jennifer, the number 5, is still out there, running out of partners at the rate of knots.
That has been some tremendous bowling from Ashini Pereira today. She can be very, very proud of her valiant efforts. She has come guns blazing, not giving anyone a second to breathe. Tanzanian women batsmen are finding themselves taking more time stepping onto the crease than staying on the pitch.
I think that is a perfect summation of what's been going on in the last 4 overs or so. What a contest we're having out here. She's gotten a hat-trick. She's gotten a fifer. Can she make it a sixfer in the remaining 2 deliveries that she has? She was the hero with the bat. She was the hero in the field. And now she's doing it with the ball. Here we go, Archana Pereira. 2 deliveries left. Can she finish it off? Sophia Kizito is in at number 11, known more for her batting than her known more for her bowling than her batting. Oh, solidly defended. Why wasn't she sent up the order? Last delivery. Everyone in the Canadian dugout is up on their feet. Oh, this time looks to lower the batsman. Beaten all ends up, but what a spell this has been of bowling. Archana Pereira, 4 overs, 5 wickets, 10 runs in her 4 overs. Take a bow. What a day she's had. Tanzania women still in this. 34 runs needed from 5 overs. It's going to be up to Jennifer now to do the heavy bulk of the scoring. The skipper decides she is going to take matters into her own hands and try and finish this off. Driven away, but well fielded there at extra cover. It's only going to be a single, which means Sheila Kizito, or rather Sophia, is on strike. Sheila Kizito, I beg your pardon. 5 deliveries to survive. Can she somehow get off strike? Interestingly, still 4 fielders outside on the boundary. And Jennifer comes over to have a word, just to slow things down.
It's been a great all-round performance by the Canadian bowlers. 3 players or more with 3 wickets each. Really well all-rounded performance.
The closing fielders now very, very aware to the fact that they're just looking for a single. Looking for a quick single, and there's a misfield there.
Looks like it'll be a second. Good running there from the low order batsman. They know they don't possess the technical arsenal to hit that long drive or hit that long shot, but they know what they need to do to keep their team well in this game.
Required run rate closing in on 7 runs and over. Amarpal Kaur, 3 deliveries left in her spell. Can she get the remaining wickets swept away? Beautifully fielded there. And some hesitation in the running as well. Well. Now 2 deliveries left. Sheila Kizito. These 2 deliveries end up being dots. Required run rate is going to approach 8 runs and over, and you do not want to be in that territory. Jennifer still out there. It's only faced the 5 deliveries, which tells you how much chaos there has been in the last 10 minutes or so. And that's the end of the 16th over. Tanzania women 78 for 9. More spin being introduced. Spin has worked for Canada, and they'll be hoping that spin does it for them in the finishing touches of this contest in the late evening hours of Tanzania here. Can they draw curtains to this game? Kodile to bowl her last over. Goes for the big hit. It's in the air and it's been put down at long on, and she seems to have hurt herself. But is there a run out on the cards? She does not whip the bails off.
Unfortunate for Krima Kapadia. That could have been the game said and done right there. She looks to be limping on her knees. The dugout seems to be asking if she's okay. She seems to be fine. The captain replaces her fielding stance.
Yeah, I think that's a good move. You really need your best fielders at this stage because she is going for the big shot. There we go. It's high in the air. Will this be taken? Will this be the game?
What a catch!
That is!
What a catch by the Canadian women to finish out an amazing game! Utter dominance from start to finish. This has been their game to remember. What a comeback by the Canadian women's. We thought after today morning's first game that it was all going to be a Tanzanian women's game, but no, they have a different point to prove and a different statement to hold out today's game. 100% effort and an amazing start to finish performance by the Canadian women. Something to be truly proud of.
Utter dominance here from Canada. First with the bat, they outbatted Tanzania, they outbowled Tanzania, they outfielded Tanzania, and this is just the cherry on top to finish off proceedings. Tanzania women pulled out for 80 runs and a victory here for Canada in the second ODI, winning by 28.
And Team Canada coming in then victorious. Huge congratulations to Team Canada. We are switching the roles. So first I will call the losing captain, Neymar, to come and have a few words. Neymar, tough luck, but in your opinion, where did you go wrong? you're confident that 109 was chaseable. You could score 109. At one stage, you were 69 for 3. 69 runs and 3 wickets. And then you were 75 for 9. You lost 6 wickets for 6 runs. So what are you going to, what plans do you have for tomorrow's match so that this doesn't get repeated? Tough luck and all the very best for tomorrow. Thank you, Nen. And now please call upon the victorious captain, Amar Palkar. I see this huge smile which was missing in the afternoon, and so nice to see that. Amarpal, the first victory in Africa, and you have captained the ship. What do you feel now?
I feel great. We did a great job today in batting and fielding. I think we stick to our plan and that's what we will.
According to you, what was the difference between the first game and the second game? Because if you look at both the games, the margin of victory is the same. The first game, Tanzania won by 30 plus runs. Second game, you won by almost the same number of runs. So what changed in the second game?
I think it's absolutely our batter did a great job on the wicket. We made 2-3 partnerships. That's what we did. That's why we have a good number.
Will we be able to see you getting out during this tournament? That's the spirit, that's the spirit. And this is an amazing day for Canadian cricket. The series is tied 1-1. All the best for tomorrow's decider. And have a good evening. Normally the adjudicators for the player of the match has to do a lot of plus minus, but in this case they didn't have to do it. There was only one player, 39 runs and 5 wickets, Ashwini Pereira. Ashwini, what did you have for lunch? Then what was the difference between the first and the second game?
Honestly, I think our team
Great, and you almost single-handedly made sure that Canada wins today because your contribution has been massive. May you continue the same form going into the decider tomorrow. And to give away the prize, may I please request our board member, Mr. Vinay Benedict, to come over.
Baby girl!